Once, in a small village nestled at the foot of towering mountains, lived a young girl named Layla. From the moment she could walk, she had always felt a deep connection to the stars. Every night, she would sit under the vast sky, gazing up at the twinkling lights, wondering what they were made of, and more importantly, what her own light in the world might be. Layla had a gift. She could feel the emotions of others, whether joy or sorrow. But instead of celebrating her empathy, people often misunderstood her sensitivity. They called her strange because Layla would withdraw from the crowds, spending more time alone in nature, with the birds, trees, and the silent moon. Layla's village was peaceful, but the world inside her was a storm of questions. Why did people treat her differently? What did her empathy mean? One evening, while the sky seemed to glow more than usual, an old traveler arrived at the village. He was a mysterious man, cloaked in a long robe, carrying nothing but a simple walking stick. His eyes were warm, and his presence calm, yet powerful. The villagers were cautious, but Layla felt drawn to him, as if the stars themselves had sent him. Layla's heart whispered to her, this traveler had come with a message, not just for the village, but for her. The traveler noticed Layla watching and approached her. You, he said softly, you carry the light of many within you, but you have yet to discover your own. Layla asked, what do you mean? The traveler smiled. The stars you look at each night, they are more than just distant lights. They are mirrors, reflecting the light that is within each of us. But few are brave enough to let their light shine. The old traveler saw something in Layla that she could not see in herself. Potential, waiting to unfold like the dawn after a long night. Layla was confused, yet excited. How do I find my light? She asked. The traveler pointed toward the mountains. You must climb to the highest peak. It is a long and difficult journey, but only there will you find the answers you seek. Without hesitation, Layla set off the next morning. The villagers warned her not to go. It's too dangerous, they cried. The mountains are unforgiving. Layla felt a pull stronger than fear. Layla's heart was set. She knew that the journey would not be easy, but she also knew that finding her light was more important than the fears of others. As Layla ascended the mountain, the path grew steeper and more treacherous. The winds howled, and she stumbled many times. Her hands became bruised, and her legs ached. Each time she fell, she remembered the traveler's words, "Your light is waiting." On the third day, she encountered a narrow ledge with a steep drop on either side. Fear gripped her, but she pressed on, one step at a time. Just when Layla thought she could not go on any longer, she reached the peak. It was not the end of her journey, it was the beginning. At the summit, Layla sat, exhausted, gazing at the horizon. The stars above seemed closer than ever, almost within reach. And there, in the quiet stillness of the night, she felt it, a warmth in her chest. It wasn't the stars, it was her. She realized that the light she had been searching for was inside her all along. The light Layla had been searching for wasn't in the stars or in the mountains. It was within her, waiting to be discovered. The old traveler's words echoed in her mind. Few are brave enough to let their light shine. Layla now understood. She had climbed the mountain not to find something outside herself, but to learn that her empathy, her strength, and her courage were her light. Found clarity, Layla descended the mountain. As she returned to the village, she was no longer afraid of being different. She embraced her gift and began helping others, not by hiding her light, but by sharing it. From that day on, the villagers saw Layla differently. But more importantly, Layla saw herself differently. Her journey had been long and difficult, but it was worth every step. For in the end, the greatest discovery was not the light in the stars, but the light within her. As the years passed, Layla became a guide for many, showing them how to find their own inner light. And though the stars still shone brightly above the village, no light was as bright as the one Layla had found within herself.